The WNBA world is buzzing, and the Indiana Fever just shook things up in a way no one saw coming. With massive signings and a roster built to dominate, all eyes are on Caitlin Clark as she leads this squad toward a 2025 title. Could this be the Fever's year? First, let's talk about the Fever's aggressive approach this off-season. After a few challenging seasons, they've decided it's time to go all in. The Fever kicked off their off-season by locking in Kelsey Mitchell, who has been a key player for them. She's known for her scoring ability and leadership on the court, someone you want on your team if you're looking to win. But that was just the beginning. The Fever made headlines when they signed two major stars, DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard. These aren't just players, both are seasoned veterans with championship experience. Bonner is a 5-time All-Star and brings a wealth of knowledge about winning at this level. Meanwhile, Howard is a 3-time champion named Defensive Player of the Year in 2019. This combination of talent is not just about individual skills. It's about creating a cohesive unit that can compete at the highest level. The Fever is focused on surrounding Caitlin Clark with experienced players who can contribute immediately and help her develop into an even better player. And let's not forget about the trade involving Nalissa Smith, which sent shockwaves through the WNBA community. Smith was seen as one of Indiana's rising stars, but management felt that bringing in Sophie Cunningham would better fit their immediate needs. This trade illustrates a strategic shift towards building a team that can compete now rather than later. Now, let's focus on Caitlin Clark because she is undoubtedly at the center of this entire strategy. After an incredible rookie season where she dazzled fans with her scoring and playmaking abilities, expectations are sky high for her second year. Clark is not just another talented player, she's a generational talent who can change the course of games. What makes Caitlin so special? For starters, her ability to score from anywhere on the court is unmatched. She can hit deep threes, drive to the basket with finesse, and create shots for her teammates. But what sets her apart is her basketball IQ. She reads defenses like a seasoned veteran. Before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe for all the updates you need about the WNBA world. Let's continue. The Fever is smart to build around her because she has all the tools to lead this team to success. With Bonner and Howard by her side, Clark will have more space to operate and won't have to shoulder the entire offensive burden alone. This dynamic will allow her to focus on what she does best, scoring and facilitating. Moreover, having veteran players like Bonner and Howard will help accelerate Clark's development as a leader. They can guide her through tough moments during games, share their experiences from playoff runs, and help her navigate the pressures of being a franchise player. If Caitlin takes another step forward this season, and I believe she will, the Fever could become one of the most dangerous teams in the league. Let's dive deeper into DeWanna Bonner's role with the Fever because this signing could be one of the most impactful moves of the offseason. Bonner brings not only skill, but also invaluable experience that can elevate this young team. As mentioned earlier, Bonner has been in the league for over 10 years and has seen it from regular season battles to playoff intensity. Her leadership qualities are essential for a team filled with young talent like Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. Bonner knows how to handle pressure situations, she's been there before, and that experience will be crucial as Indiana aims for playoff success. On the court, Bonner is incredibly versatile. She can play multiple positions, which gives coach Stephanie White plenty of options when it comes to matchups against opposing teams. Whether spacing the floor with her shooting or attacking off the dribble, Bonner provides an array of offensive weapons that defenses must account for. But it goes beyond just scoring. Bonner's defensive tenacity is also something that cannot be overlooked. She plays with grit and determination that sets an example for younger players. Her work ethic in practice will inspire others to elevate their game as well. In short, DeWanna Bonner isn't just another player on this roster. She's a cornerstone who can help shape the culture of this team, while also contributing significantly on both ends of the floor. Next up is Natasha Howard, a player who brings both defensive prowess and championship experience to Indiana's roster. Howard is known for being one of the best defenders in the league, and her addiction could be a game changer for this team. What makes Natasha so effective defensively? For starters, She has incredible athleticism combined with a basketball IQ that allows her to anticipate plays before they happen. She can guard multiple positions effectively, whether it's contesting shots at the rim or switching onto quicker guards on pick and rolls. With Howard anchoring their defense alongside Aaliyah Boston, Indiana now has one of the most formidable front courts in terms of defense in the league. This duo will make it incredibly difficult for opponents to score inside, while also providing rim protection that was lacking last season. Offensively, Howard has developed into more than just a defensive specialist over her career. She can score efficiently around the basket and has extended her range to include mid-range jumpers and occasional three-pointers. This versatility makes her an asset on both ends of the floor. Having someone like Natasha Howard who knows how to win championships provides invaluable insight into what it takes to succeed at this level, especially during crunch time in playoff games where every possession counts. Now talk about Sophie Cunningham, the newest addition via trade from Dallas. This move may have surprised some fans because Nalissa Smith was seen as one of Indiana's promising young talents. However, bringing in Cunningham was a strategic decision aimed at enhancing their perimeter shooting. Cunningham is known for being an elite shooter who can stretch defenses thin with her ability from beyond the arc. Last season with Phoenix, she showcased her skills by hitting clutch shots when it mattered most, something every team needs in tight games. For Caitlin Clark specifically, having another reliable shooter like Cunningham opens so many possibilities offensively. Defenses will have no choice but to respect Clark's shooting range and Cunningham's ability from deep, which means more driving lanes for Clark or open looks for other teammates when defenders collapse into the paint. But Cunningham isn't just about shooting. She plays with high energy that can invigorate any team. Her hustle on defense helps set an example while creating opportunities through steals or fast breaks, an exciting brand of basketball that fans love. Then, we need to address Nalissa Smith's trade because it was undoubtedly one of Indiana's boldest decisions this offseason. Smith showed flashes of brilliance during her time with Indiana, but wasn't always consistent enough, the kind of inconsistency that can hinder team chemistry when building around someone like Caitlin Clark. By trading Smith for Sophie Cunningham instead, Indiana made it clear they prioritize fit over potential upside. Cunningham fills an immediate need as a perimeter shooter while allowing Aaliyah Boston more room inside without overlapping roles between herself and Smith, who played similar positions last season. This move reflects management's vision. They want players who complement each other rather than relying solely upon young talent still finding their footing within WNBA competition. It shows confidence in what they're building, a roster designed specifically around maximizing Caitlin Clark's capabilities while ensuring every position contributes effectively toward winning games. Alright, let's talk about Stephanie White. This move has got Fever fans buzzing, and for good reason. Stephanie White is back as head coach, and honestly, this feels like the perfect hire at the perfect time. If you followed Fever for a while, you know this isn't her first rodeo with the team. She played for Indiana during her WNBA career and was an assistant coach when they won their first, and so far, only championship back in 2012. So yeah, she knows what it takes to win in Indiana. But here's what makes this even better. White isn't just coming back because of nostalgia or her history with the team. She's proven herself as one of the best coaches in the league. After leaving Indiana in 2016, she coached at Vanderbilt University before returning to the WNBA with the Connecticut Sun, and she was named Coach of the Year in 2023. That's not just a title, that's proof she knows how to lead teams and get results. What makes White such a great fit for this team right now is her ability to develop young talent while still managing veteran players. And let's be real, the Fever needs both of those things. They've got rising stars like Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston who are still finding their footing in the league, but they've also added veterans like DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard who bring championship experience. White is the kind of coach who can bring all these pieces together and make them work as a cohesive unit. Her coaching style is all about ball movement, spacing, and defensive intensity, exactly what this team needs to take things to the next level. And let's not forget her leadership skills. White knows how to create a winning culture, and that's something Indiana desperately needs after years of struggling at the bottom of the standings. Now let's talk about what everyone is excited about. the duo of Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. These two are going to cause serious problems for opposing teams, and mean that in the best way possible. Caitlin Clark is already one of the most electrifying players in the league. Her rookie season was incredible, filled with deep three-pointers, no-look passes, clutch moments, you name it, she did it. She plays with so much confidence and swagger that you cannot help but watch her every time she touches the ball. Then there is Aaliyah Boston, an absolute force in the paint. She is one of those players who can dominate on both ends. She will block your shot on defense and then turn around and score on you in the post like it is nothing. Her rebounding, elite, her defensive presence, game-changing. What makes these two so dangerous is how well their games complement each other. Clark thrives on creating plays and spacing out defenses with her shooting range, while Boston does her damage inside with her physicality and footwork. When they are on the court together, defenses are going to have to pick their poison. Do you guard Clark out on the perimeter or double team Boston down low? Either way, someone is going to capitalize on the opportunity. So how does this revamped Indiana Fever squad stack up against other top teams in 2025? It is going to be a battle out there. In the Eastern Conference alone, you have juggernauts like the New York Liberty and Chicago Sky. Liberty is loaded with talent, including Sabrina Ionescu, Yonkel Jones, and Brianna Stewart. It is an all-star team over there. Then there is Chicago, who have been consistently competitive over the past few seasons thanks to their depth and strong core. But here is why Indiana could surprise people. They have a balance that not every team has right now. They have young stars like Clark and Boston who are only getting better, but they have also added veterans like Bonner and Howard who know what it takes to win championships. That mix of youth and experience is huge because it gives them both short-term competitiveness and long-term potential. Another thing that sets them apart is their depth across positions. With Sophie Cunningham adding shooting from beyond the arc and Kelsey Mitchell providing scoring off the bench, this team has multiple weapons that can hurt opponents in different ways. If Stephanie White can get everyone on the same page, and think she will, this team could be a serious contender by playoff time. Let's talk about fan reactions because social media has been buzzing ever since these moves started happening. When Stephanie White was announced as head coach again, fans were hyped. A lot of people see her as someone who understands what this franchise is all about, and more importantly, someone who can bring back that winning culture they had during their championship run in 2012. But not all of Indiana's moves have been met with universal praise. The trade that sent Nalissa Smith to Dallas for Sophie Cunningham sparked some debate among fans. On one hand, Cunningham fills a clear need for perimeter shooting, a skill lacking last season. But on the other hand, losing Smith means parting ways with a young player who showed flashes of brilliance. Let's take a moment to appreciate just how far this team has come over the past few years, because their transformation has been nothing short of incredible. It wasn't long ago that Indiana was stuck at the bottom of the standings without much direction or hope for improvement. They hadn't made the playoffs since 2016, and it felt like they were constantly rebuilding without making any real progress. The turning point came last season when they finally broke their playoff drought after nearly a decade of missing out on postseason action. Even though they were eliminated early by Stephanie White's Connecticut Sun at that time, just making it back into playoffs was a huge step forward for this franchise. Now fast forward to today and suddenly we're talking about them as legitimate title contenders heading into 2025. This transformation didn't happen overnight. It took smart drafting decisions like selecting Caitlin Clark, bold off-season moves like signing Bonner, and hiring an experienced coach who knows how to win games consistently. Finally, the big question is, can Caitlin Clark lead this team back to championship glory? It has been over 10 years since Indiana last won a title under Tamika Catching's legendary leadership. But now it feels like everything is falling into place around their new star player. Clark has already proven she has what it takes to shine on basketball's biggest stage, but championships require more than just talent. They demand leadership under pressure moments and an ability to elevate teammates' performances when it matters most. With veterans supporting casts like Bonner and Howard, plus rising star partner in crime Boston, everything is aligning perfectly around young phenoms ready to shine on the biggest stage possible. If she continues developing alongside experienced teammates who know how to win, it could very well happen. What do you think about these changes? Are the Fever finally ready to reclaim their spot as championship contenders, or do you think there are still hurdles they need to overcome? Drop a comment below and let's discuss. If you enjoy this video and want to stay updated on WNBA, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching,